To all the Colonia Country Club members, this is Casey O'Reilly. Today is Monday, April 8th. I'm here with Nick in the golf shop. I actually have a tournament this afternoon, so I came to pick up my clubs, and Nick was gracious enough to come in and shoot this video before I leave because we have our tournament season beginning this Saturday, and today's video I'm going to go over the rules of golf changes that have been made since January 1st because our tournament season starts this Saturday. So I just want to go over probably the 10 or 15 most important changes that everybody should know going into our tournament season. So the rules of golf are here. USGA have made a lot of changes beginning January 1st. It's the most changes since 1984. They're going from 34 rules to 24 rules, but the rule book is bigger, so go figure. They're going from, there was 50 definitions, now there's 70 definitions. All right, so you can make there's a lot of reasons why they made these changes, you know, the USGA and the R&A. Some say to grow the game of golf, some say to make the game faster. You know, you can pick and choose what you want to believe, but we're going to go over most of the changes here that I think everybody should know going into the tournament season here at Colonia. So the first one is, everybody knows, if you don't know, if you're going to take a drop for a penalty stroke or a free drop, this year, you're no longer going to drop from shoulder height. All right, you used to be able to hold the ball up shoulder height and drop the ball. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your drop, and it's going to be from knee height. So wherever you stand up, your knees are, you drop the ball. All right, that's the procedure for taking a drop this year. No more shoulder height. Now, if you do drop from shoulder height, all right, and you don't hit your shot yet, and you realize you dropped from shoulder height, you're allowed to pick up the ball and drop it correctly from the knee, all right? But if you drop it from shoulder height and hit the shot and then realize you didn't drop it from knee height, you get a one-stroke penalty, all right? So make sure you drop it from the knee going forward. All right, the next one, search time. If your ball is lost or you're looking for your golf ball, it used to be 5 minutes. Now you get 3 minutes, all right? So again, this goes into what they're trying to do, I guess pace of play, try to make the game faster. So again, if you or your caddy, your playing partners, your opponents are looking for your ball, instead of being 5 minutes, it's 3 minutes. All right, the next one. When you're looking for your ball in a search, whether it's in the woods, you know, wherever on the course, if you accidentally touch the ball looking for it, there is no penalty this year. So if you accidentally kick it, step on it, no penalty. But if you do that, you do have to pick up the ball and drop it where it was originally found from your knee. No penalty. All right. No penalty for a double hit. Basically, this impacts mostly chip shots. We all know if somebody's struggling with chipping, decelerate, ball hits the club, and then accelerates and hits the club again. Used to be a penalty, it's no longer a penalty. So you count to one stroke, wherever the ball finished, you go up there and play on. No penalty. All right, the next one. No penalty if your ball strikes the flag stick when you've chosen it to leave it in the hole. All right, so again, we've talked about this. You're allowed to putt with the flag stick in this year. All right. A lot of members have been asking me what I'm doing. Basically, if it's outside 20 feet, 25 feet, I leave the flag in, and I try to hit the flag because I know it's going to stop the ball at that point. But inside 10 feet, I take the flag out still. But again, the rule is you could putt with the flag in. If you putt the ball and it hits the flag stick, no penalty. All right. Next one. Spike marks and shoe damage on the putting green can be repaired going forward. And this goes into, you know, abnormal ground conditions on the putting green. Ball marks, spike marks. You can repair it. Get a different repair tool, fix it, tap it down with your putter, go on. You're allowed to do that. That's actually a great rule change in my opinion. Ball accidentally moved on the putting green. No penalty and replace. All right, so if you take your practice stroke, accidentally hit it, there is no penalty, replace the ball. If you're over the ball, this is the Dustin Johnson rule of a couple years ago at Oakmont. If you're over the ball, you're ready to hit it, and the ball oscillates or moves because of wind or whatever moved the ball, there is no penalty. All right, so that's a good rule change, obviously. Replace the ball from the original spot. Penalty areas. Replace water hazards. All right, so the creek on 6, the creek on 7, the pond on 4, they're no longer called hazards. They're called penalty areas. Now, the big rule change here is if your ball is in a ditch or, you know, penalty area, like say 6, your ball's in that ditch, you're now allowed to move loose impediments, ground your club in the act of the swing. You could take practice swings without a penalty, just as you can on a tee shot or a fairway shot or playing out of the rough. But just remember, if you're in the ditch on number 6, all right, and you do take practice swings, and your ball accidentally, if you accidentally move the ball, that's a no-no. All right, so if you take your practice swings in a hazard and the ball moves, you're going to get a penalty. So make sure you take your practice swing not too close to the ball. All right, so again, you're allowed to take practice swings in penalty areas. You're allowed to move loose impediments in penalty areas, rocks, stones, twigs. Just make sure your ball doesn't move in the act of doing any of those things. All right, same thing in a bunker. We've always had this local rule, but now it's in the rule book. Stones and rocks, loose impediments in bunkers, you can pick them up and throw them out of the bunker. Just make sure your ball doesn't move. Now, the other thing in a bunker is, there is a thing out there where you could touch the sand with your club in a bunker. But this does not apply. You cannot touch the sand with your club in the area right in front of your ball or right behind your ball during the act of the swing. So you still can't ground your club. The only time you can really touch the sand in the bunker is if you're waiting to play and you lean your club down on the sand, it's not your turn, you can touch the sand. Or if you want to step down in the sand and use the club as an anchor so you don't fall or something, you can touch the sand. You just can't touch the sand still in the act of your stroke. You can't ground the club. All right, so that's the bunkers. Also have one more option of a bunker. If you have a plug line in a bunker and you don't think you can hit the shot, you're allowed to take the ball out of the bunker, take the point between you and the flag, go backwards, drop the ball from knee height outside the bunker with 2-stroke penalty. All right, so that's an option. If you really don't think you can hit the shot out of the bunker, you have another option this year. You never used to have that option. All right, now, caddies, players, partners. You can no longer have a caddy, your partner, line you up behind the ball on the putting green or in a shot into the fairway. Like you used to see on TV, Nick Faldo was famous for this. His caddy would line him up on every putt. All right, so you would have to walk away before he hit it. Can't do that anymore. All right, so nobody can line you up. So those are the most important things. There's one more really important rule that there's a local rule out there that we're not adopting. The PGA Tour is not adopting. European Tour is not adopting. New Jersey State Golf Association, Metropolitan, mostly everybody has not adopted this rule, and that is the stroke and distance local rule. All right, which means there is a local rule that a club could adopt, but again, we are not, states that if you hit your ball out of bounds, say on hole 18, you hook it into the range. There's a local rule now where you can go all the way up to where the ball went out of bounds, find your point where the ball went out of bounds, and go perpendicular to the fairway, drop the ball from knee height with a 2-stroke penalty and play on. But again, we are not adopting that rule. Mostly everybody isn't. So it's still stroke and distance penalty here at Colonia. You hit your ball out of bounds, you lose your ball anywhere on the course, it's stroke and distance. Go back to where you hit, take your stroke, and hit your shot. So if you hit it out of bounds on 18, you're still hitting your third shot from the 18 tee. All right, so that takes care of what we think are the most important rule changes going into 2019 and beyond. And again, they have their reasons for doing it. It is what it is, but we're going to go with those changes. Now, this week at the club, real quick, very busy week. We have demo day with Callaway Wednesday from 1 to 6. We have Cobra demo day this Friday from 12 to 5. We have opening day men's tournament on Saturday morning. It is a 9 o'clock shotgun. And then on Sunday, ladies meeting with the pro to formulate the schedule for the 2019 golf season, 10 o'clock in the Mixed Grill. Lance is in the shop. Nick, pan the camera at Lance. Lance, say hi.
Hey, everybody.
Lance is already working here today on a Monday, prepping the course. Nick is holding the camera. Nick, pan the camera. You can see the golf shop is fully stocked here. I kind of finished it yesterday, so things are looking up here. I don't think there's anything else to say, but that's enough, Nick. They saw the shop. Really good. Very good. Right? So that's about it. And we look forward to seeing everybody. For those members who we haven't seen yet, we look forward to seeing you here at the club. And let's get 2019 going. Have a nice day.